Hello, hi, hello. And today's topic is going to be about photoshoot, erotic photoshoot. And I am going to provide some information. Okay, my idea is to read an email from the client. I'm just waiting for another. I'm live, great. Okay, for another phone to switch on. So now I am live on 2 cameras, which is amazing. Okay, so today's topic is an email from a guy. Okay, an email from the guy asking very usual questions, and that is why I want to answer it. Okay, the guy who would like to do a photo shoot for himself, then he is not sure if his wife will join him on a second shoot, and he is asking about intimate stuff and even asking about hiring the model. So it's a very big email and a lot of questions to answer. So I will be reading out and I will be replying. Okay, today I'm answering questions about photography, adult photography, erotica, boudoir, nude, explicit, make love scene scenarios on camera and on film. That's what I create, and I'm based in London studio. Okay, and I am able, right, to give answers live to your questions. Okay, I am in adult business since 2005, and I have an extensive experience in creating erotic scenarios when people undressing and making fantasy photo shoots. Okay, so let me start with this, the message. Hi, I am interested in learning more about erotic photo shoot. Can you tell me more about what happens during the photo shoot? This is the first questions. Question comes from the guy, what happens during the photo shoot? If that would be a couple, or that would be the woman, right? She would more or less understand what is happening during the photo shoot, okay? I don't need to answer what happens during the photo shoot to a woman, because the woman knows what happens, right? There is there is a studio, there is a photographer, there are lightings, backgrounds, settings, right? There are cameras, okay? There are lenses, there are different kind of tools, things, props, toys we use, right? Different things we use, right? But when the man is asking what happens during the photo shoot, there is a tricky situation, because I always think that some men are so polite, okay, so polite that they literally would like to ask, does photographer join them during the nude photography? Does photographer does any intimate services? They are so polite that they just asking in general, what is happening during the photo shoot? Okay, so that I'm thinking this is the case, right? I'm very straightforward and I'm very direct person. Okay, I don't like going around the circles. Okay, but in terms of respecting me, okay, and respecting my profession, I think it's a good thing to ask it this way, really far. So what happens during the photo shoot? There are options. Okay, there are options to shoot, and there is a sexual photo shoot and there is non-sexual photo shoot. Okay, most of the photography boudoir studios provide a non-sexual photo shoot where you create photography when you undress in front of the camera, when you create in a different style, glamour, boudoir, semi-nude, right? Even nude photography, and you can perform it unsexual way. Just undress it, right? The same like you can have an intimacy. You can have an intimacy with your wife and feel nothing. Yes? That's the whole point of the photo shoot, right? To take a picture, to memorize it, to take a momentum. Okay, so that's the thing. So there are 2 ways how to do it. Most of the studios provide non-sexual way. They do not want any arousal and any intimacy, and no sounds, no smells, no nothing, right? And my studio provide both options, okay? And there are different price lists for both options. There are photo shoot where you can undress in front of the camera, create nude art and even explicit photography, but it's not going to be, in a sexual way, right? It's just going to be straightforward photography, okay? And there is another type of photography when you play with yourself, okay? When you imagine many things, right? When you seduce, when you, create a certain situation, right? And even go to the climax. Okay, so that's another shoot, and that is a sexual shoot. And there are two options to shoot: sexual way or non-sexual way, and there are two price lists. Okay, the more sexual it gets, the more nude it gets, the more risky it gets, right? The more pricey it gets. I think that's the logic. Okay, usually. Okay, so when people are asking what happens during the photo shoot, okay, I can tell you that they are choosing what happens. Okay, if you're choosing non-sexual photo shoot, nothing will happen. Okay, they will be just straight away performing, undressing. Okay, we will be setting up the lights and taking a pictures, and they go home, nothing will happen. Okay, so that's one option. Nothing will happen, but they will take nude, semi-nude photography in the studio, right? And there is another way, okay, where can something will happen when they're really playing with yourself, erection, masturbation, and different kind of scenarios we can create, right? Sexually, intimately, right? When you open up and when you perform, okay? That kind of a situation, right? And that is also available. People lack of confidence, lack of performance, they have issues with their body, they have issues, mental issues, there are different kind of situations, and they want to experiment. Okay, experiment to be confident, to be brave, to be sexy, okay, to be bold, right? That's why they're doing it. Okay, and so that is what happens. The client is choosing what photo shoot is best, right? What option they choose. What will not happen is this, that if they will pay for non-sexual shoot, okay, playing with themselves and doing something what is sexual will be not allowed. Okay, they could be sent home straight away, right? The shoot can be stopped and that's it. Okay, and that's it, unless they would want to upgrade the shoot, which will reflect financially again, right? It happens. It happens in the studio when people book one shoot and one thing, right? And then during erotic fantasy session, people get aroused. They want to create more than they planned. Imagine, they want to create different fantasies, they want to shoot movies, they want to experiment, they want to do those things. Of course, this is an option to upgrade, but no one is doing it, for free. Okay, sexual services or intimate services, when people are in arousal and sexual mode, active mode, this is a certain experience, okay, that majority probably would like to try and think of, right? What would not happen is this, that you will book a basic shoot and then you will get a sexual experience as a bonus. Okay, men think that, oh, I'm so hot and I have a big tool. Okay, so she will be probably, mesmerized, and probably she would like to spend more time and maybe do something about it. No, it's not. Okay, it's not that way, right? Okay, so another question is this. I am thinking I'm interested in a solo shoot to start with, and then after to have another shoot with my wife, to create a video of us lovemaking, to cherish in the future. Okay, so there are times when people planning not one photo shoot, okay, but few photo shoots, right? And when they're going to have a solo shoot, it's just because, testing the waters and just being confident for themselves, okay, preparing, right? Because you see, not always will happen perfectly if you will go straight away with your wife, right? So he will just, try this thing, and that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. So it is possible you can have your own shoot and then later you come with your wife. That's an option, and that's possible to book. Regarding the photos, I would like to celebrate the way I look. I've lost a lot of weight. So some nice photos with me in Speedos, some nice thongs and even G-strings. Then some naked ones. I'd like to push my boundaries a little, and I want something to look back on in years to come. So erotic moody poses of me, flaccid and also hard, would be wonderful. Okay, so now it's a very standard, very typical request from the mature guy who changed. Okay, who changed the appearance. Very often we get to the stage when we want to change. We want to change the way we look, we want to change the way we feel, we want to change our life, our job, our house, sometimes our wife. You know, there are many things can happen in life, and changes is always good. Okay, erotica in general initiate the change. Okay, and erotica, it's experimental experience. It's a very special experience, and when people are looking for erotic photo shoots, they are clearly ready for something new. For something new and for big changes, right? Big changes. So when it takes to taking photography, clearly this guy would like to go into situations where probably sexual situation will be present. So I would suggest a sexual portfolio. Okay, sexual portfolio, because what he is saying, he would like to push the boundaries a little. Okay, when it means the boundaries a little, you see there will be more than little, because if I'm doing something, I am doing it. I'm not doing a little. Okay, I always use this. If you're pregnant, you're really pregnant. You're not little pregnant. Okay, you can't be little pregnant or pregnant or not pregnant. You know, you are pregnant. So when you are booking a photo shoot where involves nudity, explicit, erotic, moody poses, and doing hard shoots and whatever, right? You're gonna do full on with me. Okay, that's no doubt. Right? I never had a successful shoot unless you have a performance anxiety and unless you have physical issues. Okay, mental issues reflect the physical issues, reflect your performance, right? So that's another thing. Okay, because you don't know. This is the environment when people come to the studio, they are performing in front of the camera. That's one thing. Already worried and nervous, oh, how I look, and so on. Then some people are absolutely nervous when they're undressing. Okay, undressing in front of the stranger in general. Then some people are really nervous, what if? Okay, what if the performance is not so successful? What if she is not going to be impressed? Okay, what if I'm not gonna last too long? What if I'm not hard enough, big enough, and so on, right? So men worry about a lot of things when it comes to a photo shoot, right? But like I say, he mentioned that he would want to do it so that he would have something to look back on. The things what he's choosing, speedos, thongs, and strings, gives a certain idea about the man, okay? Because clearly that's gonna be a fashion shoot, fashion session. Sometimes guy will bring a lot of underwear, okay? Seriously. Sometimes they surprised me. They bring more than woman, okay? And that is an erotic photo shoot situation, okay? When it comes to normal shoot, people would not bring a lot of pants, okay? Strings, G-strings, and whatever, right? But when it comes to erotic photo shoot, believe me, they can bring 20 pants. And they would be all amazing. And there was one guy who just brings so many beautiful designer pants that I was impressed. I was like seriously impressed. I'm thinking, oh my god, this is a great shopper, right? It's a great thing. So that's gonna be really sexy shoot. Okay, the next question is, I would rather do it in the studio so I feel comfortable. I asked him, does he want to do it on a location or in my studio? And so he's saying to feel comfortable in the studio because it's a professional environment. Okay, I believe somewhere else he would be lost and confused, and when it comes to hotels, sometimes it's even too much, you know. So yeah, so it's going to be a studio environment. I would like to also shoot an explicit video with my wife, and I am after something very sexy that we can watch back together. Again, I am trying to push our comfort zones here. So multiple positions with close-ups and to the climax. Okay, it's a full-on hardcore shoot. Here we go, right? So couples, that's exactly what they want, okay? They want no limit session. Couples, you know, they already have experience. If they seriously open with each other, they are shooting everything. They want to feel everything. They want to try everything. They want to push the boundaries. Seriously, there are very brave couples out there. Okay, and when they're booking a video, then they're gonna perform. They're getting ready, okay, for this. So that's great. If I can't get her to commit, then I would want to go ahead and potentially use a female model if this is an option. Now this gets very interesting, right? It's a married guy, okay, who wants to have a photo shoot because he lost weight and feels all sexy. And then later he has a fantasy to shoot a hot and sexy video with his wife. But if the wife will not agree, he will take a model. Okay? He will take a model. And that is what my studio does. Okay? It provides models. Okay? It provides models for adult adventures. We hire escort. Okay? We hire escort. And then they can have this experience. Okay, this is experience. So can you imagine? This is London. That's how it goes here, right? And I have a couple of questions. Who will be in the room with us? Okay, that's the most often question. Okay, people who are shy, who are embarrassed, who are not confident, and who have some kind of an issues, they really scared to have anyone else than me. Okay, really, and the man and the woman, but woman even more, okay? Will it be quite a few or just you? My wife has already said she's open to it if it's just a photographer and the wardrobe person, but no more. Okay, so she is agreeing to have an erotic shoot, a video shoot, but she doesn't want many people in the studio. That's a perfect environment, and actually the first thing what they want is to know how many people will watch them, how many people will observe how they are shooting naked, how they are performing naked, how they are making love. And the answer is this: it's going to be only me. Okay, I am running the whole gig myself. If I need help, always I ask. It's a beauty professionals or stylists coming to help. Okay, but they don't stay in the studio. Okay, and I always use a very hardware makeup, photo shoot makeup, so that, you know, when you do the rubbing, facing, kissing and stuff, it will stay, at least, you know, it's not gonna be removed straight away, right? So I asked this from my makeup artist, because you see, when we create this photo shoot, as soon as they start kissing, and they start kissing in first 10 minutes, it's all removed. Okay, so we're using a very strong makeup, okay, which is not a permanent but long lasting, right? When it comes to shooting, yes, there is an option to have other shooters. It's a bigger project and stuff. But in the reality, in my studio, this is me who's servicing people, right? If someone is arriving to the studio, I am helping them, dressing them, styling them, advising them, lighting them, posing them, directing them, okay, in general, telling them what to do and how to do it and so on. So this is only me, okay, creating this content, and that is something for them to know. Don't need to be worried, right? They need to be worried. Some couples absolutely terrified to have men in the studio, okay? I have one man shooter, but usually preference goes to the woman, because, you know, men feel safe, couple, as a couple, woman feels safe, right? So that's an option. Okay. Regarding me, I suffer sometimes, another thing. Okay, regarding me, I suffer sometimes with performance anxiety. Either trouble getting hard or getting too aroused and ejaculating too soon. How is this type of situation managed during the shoot? Easily managed. You will have another go, or you will have a rest. Okay, it depends what will happen to you, right? But in the same time, you see, when you are in a photo shoot, right, and there is your wife and me, we will go into collaboration when me and your wife will be helping you if something like that will happen. Okay, so your wife will be helping you directly with her hands and with her mouth. Okay, just kissing you softly, right? And me changing the atmosphere, changing the lighting, changing the direction, and in general you would have a rest and just can have another go. Okay, so that's one thing, because it happens. Okay, it happens very often. It's a new situation, and men are out of control. Okay, out of control. They would want to go it one way. Okay, but like you see, and I know it straight away. Okay, most of the time like this, men would say that they have certain issues. Okay, and then when there are certain issues, then we can deal with them. It's harder to deal with the issues when it just, you don't know it happened and so on. So it's good that we have a discussion beforehand. Okay, so yeah, so there is no problem in terms of anxiety, right? It's all manageable. In terms of people, when they arrive, you see, when they will see everything is safe, everything is calm, there's the nice music, it's just me, okay? Being busy doing, arranging the things for them, right? So this anxiety, how to say, maybe not gonna kick in. But when it comes to performing, people usually nervous, okay? They put a lot of pressure on themselves, okay? To look perfect, to be a macho man and whatever, right? Very high expectations hit, right? And that's the thing, okay? And when it comes to trouble getting hard, then another situation, okay? It's, it's your wife have to be a great kisser. Okay, it's your wife has to be a great kisser. And again, you see, sometimes it takes really long time to get hard the second time, right? And then you will be paying just extending another hour. That's how you will be handling this situation. So you will stay longer and you will pay for the time that you stay. That's how I would suggest this, right? To make it all fine and work. Okay. 20 minutes, I answered the email. Hi, hello, quickly. I'm answering and talking to the public who's watching me. And if there is any questions, I will be giving my reply. And now I'm saying hi, hello. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. Hi, hello. And I am translating from London, and I do photography for adults. And also I create adult videos for individuals and for couples. And also we invite models, okay? If there will be any kind of situation when people have fantasies, right? Hi, hello, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, nice to meet you. Thank you for watching, thank you for not asking questions. Okay, 5 new messages. Let me see, where is that? May I bark? Okay, we have a dog online, which is fine. Adults, that's why they're adults. They can do whatever they want. Okay, whatever they want. Ring me up. Ring me up. So pretty. Okay, and is size important? That's a very typical question, okay, from men. And when I was shooting men, okay, I did a lot of lecturing during the photo shoot about the sizes, because that's what we discuss. Okay, when people are not sure or think they are too small, they always speak with me about their sizes, okay? And we always have this conversation, okay? And the thing is, but by this day, there are a lot of men, they don't know that the woman is like GPS mapping, okay? And the map, it's a lot of points, okay? It's a lot of, let's say, different houses, okay? There are women who all the houses are outside, okay? They're not deep inside somewhere. All the household is very close to surface, okay? There are a lot of houses in there, right, around the body, but everything is in the surface. You don't have to have a big size to reach that. Okay, you just need to get that woman, find that woman, Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is, in general, women, like variety. Okay, so it is normal for women. For example, we talk about just now about the cuckold fantasy shoot, when husband is sharing the wife with the model and model has a huge size. That's variety. That will happen maybe once or twice per lifetime with them. It doesn't mean she needs every time, every day for lunch a big size. No, just to experiment, just to see how it is, right? So that's the understanding has to be behind it. Okay, not everyone has to have a big size. Not every woman is designed to have a big size. Okay, but like you see, we are all in a different design. We are all unique. Okay, we are all different. There is not a single person on this planet is the same. Okay, so we are all different, and when you accept your difference, right, when you are confident, you attract the person who will respect you and accept you and love you for who you are. That's how it is. So the size is important only in that situation when we experiment with photo shoots, fantasy photo shoots, and woman would not want the same size as a husband. Okay, like I say, 99 photo shoots are with the huge or big size for cuckold fantasy. Okay, it's not a coincidence. Yeah, it's not a coincidence. It's just because people want to try different things in life. Okay, and that's how it is. Then it's important when it comes to be with the woman or live with the woman. If she has the houses built outside, not very deep inside, she will appreciate you because that's what she needs. That's how she built. Yeah, I hope this was clear. Fully committed. Thank you. 16 messages. What do the women have to worry about? What do the women have to worry about? During the photo shoot, women worry very much about their looks. Okay, that's the first thing what they worry about. And that is so scary, okay, because usually when you make love scenes and scenarios, the whole point is to lose yourself and be not pretty, okay? And that's an objection right here, straight away, a conflict, okay? When you create seriously, drop dead gorgeous, raw, passionate, and desirable videos, which are, like a crazy, wild situation, people who are participating in that shoot, okay, they have to lose themselves, lose their mind, okay, to create a great sexually charged content. If you are in control, if you're constantly worried, if you're constantly checking yourself, if you're constantly looking, you are not there 100%. Okay, so when you are losing yourself, then you are not pretty. Okay? Because you see why I'm saying it's not pretty. Why porn or in general intimate activity is not allowed to watch for children? Because it looks wild and look violence in the same time. You see, it look rough. It's not something very romantic, but that's how normal things should happen, right? So when woman is worried about those things, the shoot content is affected, because she's trying to pretend, she's trying to pose, she's trying to hold the situation. That's the thing. In general, I can tell you it's not pretty. When I start shooting erotica and make love scenes with mature people, okay, they are letting themselves go maybe easier than the younger. Like they worry less a little bit, right? And I saw this, I stopped one woman and I said to her, if something is wrong, if something is like not right, bad, you don't look like you're enjoying, And she turned around to me and she said, what you talking about? This is my turn on face. And then I realized she's not faking. This is how she looks. She looks like she's in pain and she is suffering. But that's her sexual nature. That's how she presents herself. okay, in that way. So women worry to get there, okay, to be not pretty, to do not look pretty, okay, most of the time. And the second thing, they worry that they would appear on a billboard with the leg open and vagina shining everywhere, okay. They really worry that this content will travel and reach, you know, all the websites, and it will be on Facebook or whatever, which is, you know, social media does not allow any nudity or stuff, so that's not possible. But in general, people worry that someone will sabotage them, someone will chantage them, someone, you know, someone will do with these pictures harm them. Woman is paranoid about that too, okay. So that's what they worry about how they look, not that much about the performance, okay. And then what will happen with those images? Are they going to be I have to say later found somewhere else, right? Got to look good while you are doing it. Well, who told you this? Who made this up that you have to look good? You have to be yourself, you see? And that's a difference, okay? Because when people come to the studio, want to come to the studio to look good and get best pictures, they're usually wearing a mask, okay, and trying to be someone else, okay, or be like someone else, okay, or they've seen something and they want to be that, you know. So at my studio, yes, we always have great shots, but we always have the shots which are not great, and I'm proud of them because they're more real and more realistic, okay. Seriously, instead of, oh, you breathed in, you put your tummy in, you put your chin down and then forward, and then this, and you pose, and you become, you know, like this. No, no, I am past this. Seriously, I'm past these perfections because I've started working with escort models, and they all wanted to be polished and finished to you know, to extreme standards, because there is a very big competition. Who is the most prettiest of all, okay, on this website in the escort? And that's what they care about, right? So looking good in erotica, it's not looking loved, looking satisfied, looking turn on, looking wild, looking, you know, having a great time, right? Looking, you know, losing yourself, and these type of things must happen, okay. And if you want to look good, you know, this is a different photo shoot. You cannot have a great, wild, intimate stuff and then during that time look good, okay. You have to, you know, do something about it. And I'm not saying it's not possible. Of course it is, okay. But then woman is very much controlling herself and being aware of the situation, where she is, what she's doing, which position she's taking. Oh, is it the love handles are visible in there, or maybe she should be, this type of thing going on in the studio, okay. But in the reality, you know, how to say, it's not so much important. So like I say, adults, they have a right to do whatever they want and do whatever they like. If they want to be pretty and look good in there, that's how we will set it up, everything, and shoot it this way, okay. It's not that I recommend it, because you cannot reach the highest sexual energy when you are in control, when you are thinking about it, how you are looking, or what is this, something is missing or something. You can't go and create a real art and the real energy, because the mind is busy. So next question, you do your own shooting or industry? you do your own shooting or industry? You can see I'm doing my own shooting right now, and I'm talking about the industry, but the question is different. I think there is a twist in this question, and they asking if I am an adult model and if I am on OnlyFans. But again, very nicely presented, okay? Because when they see the woman, and when they see that the woman talk about intimate stuff, she's definitely have to sell her vagina. There is no other way, okay? There is no other way. And there is another social status. When the woman is rich, No way she can do it by herself. She's definitely suck a lot of cocks, you know, and that's it. There are certain standards already discussed and created, and nothing is wrong to ask. Seriously, I can tell you, if you are in London, and that's true, the majority of beautiful girls are selling their body and selling themselves, and that's how they make money. Everyone is online now. Okay, you even don't know. All these dating sites, chatting sites, chaturbate, whatever, that's how it is. Okay, that's the real life we're living. And in London, if you're meeting a beautiful girl, men are, you know, how to say, terrified and paranoid. You know, because she could be working somewhere. I shot a lot of models and they have somewhere boyfriend or a husband who doesn't know. Imagine how much pressure they have, okay? They're seriously scared and terrified and living this life, right? So, no, the answer is no. The answer is no. In terms of my own shooting, you see, I'm running here an adult creative studio, okay? If I would want to do my own shooting, I probably would do it, okay? Because you see, when you go into adult industry, if you apply yourself, you don't have to be a lawyer or a doctor. You can make money there. There are so many unsatisfied, lonely, and lost and confused men that they would pay for anything. You know, for pictures of your nails or for pictures of your feet or whatever, right? So that's in the world we're living in. But in the reality, I don't have to do it because I have 4 higher degrees and 2 of them are medical. Okay, so I am based and how to say, coming to this industry from a totally different angle. Okay, as you can see, I'm speaking in a different way. Okay, so yeah, so I don't have to. What's up? Let's run up them likes. 53 messages. Okay, we're having a conversation here, seriously. I really love RP. RP? What camera do you shoot with? I started with Canon. And I can tell you, I am very old-fashioned person, so I started with Canon and I still have it and I still shoot it. Okay, with Canon. But also I have a very recent camera, which is Sony. Okay, very recent. Like literally 1 year old, right? And the prime lenses and everything. So what I'm thinking is I always wanted to upgrade my Canon, but then I realized that there will be a gap, okay, between an old cameras and new cameras. And old cameras, you see, they can perform greatly and they can create the pictures. The more I shoot with it, the more artistic I get, the more I am into this gadget and the gadget feeling me and I'm feeling him, you know, that kind of a thing. But when I was younger, I remember myself wearing 1 pair of jeans because I loved them everywhere, okay, till the point that they get ripped. Okay, so that's something, you know, relates with my personality. I never went through a lot of gadgets and just, you know, a conveyor trying, oh, maybe this camera, maybe this, maybe this. No, I have a set of lenses, different lenses. I like wide lenses, right, because they have an artistic feel. But when you're shooting, you see vagina going, you know, or doing some kind of an action, you not always need to have this artistic, because people want to see, you know, everything in focus, okay? Not blur out somewhere. So when I shoot with such lenses, I use it in the way that I blur out the face. Okay, only then if I need this way, right? But most of the time, like I say, I shoot Canon and Sony and only prime lenses. And my lights are multi-blitz, which is also very interesting. It's in Europe as well. It's a totally different lighting, but I work with different kind of lights. What do you do with the videos after? I make from the videos GIFs. Okay, you know, the small short videos, like small short movie, which is very sexy, okay? And usually we do, depending on what we're doing, with the product, okay, from the videos first, okay, because I shoot videos only when there is an escalated situation. When they starting, when they kissing, I don't shoot this. I shoot pictures. When I can see that they warm up, when they cannot take their hands off, when they're ripping their clothes off, when they start, showing me some action, then I take a video camera because every moment matters. And then with the every moment you see in that video, I go and I take time and I extract movie stills, because that's a totally different gallery. Okay, it's more pumped up with energy gallery. If I shoot with Canon, which is something what is posed, composed and how to say, people taking time, going into the moment, differently, right? So when you're shooting a video, you're shooting non-stop, right? Shooting the whole scene. And there are a lot of moments in there, okay? So I do movie stills, I do a movie collection, which usually are different length of the videos. So it's up to 1 minute shorts, 5 or 7, then 1 to 3 minutes, 5, then 7 to 10 minutes, then 15 to 20, then it could be half an hour, 40 minutes, depending on how long was the shoot. Okay, so they will have a different selection of the videos, mix-ups, okay, not all the same, okay, all different mix-ups, different stories, different sound, like a music, and different layout, okay, so that they could see that in this video, one video they start very romantic and slow, and the other video starts with the pounding situation and then finish in something way. So there is a lot of post-production going on after. And then I give gift galleries, okay, and they're loading it, okay. The gallery is presented and prepared online, and people just getting a link and getting those videos, right? So that's what I do with them. I edit them. What's the smallest and biggest you have seen? That's the good question. Okay, the smallest I've seen so small that you cannot even imagine. Okay, because the smallest was, and I'm taking this break because this guy was just amazing. He has a very high confidence, okay, level. I was extremely surprised. Great presence, great attitude, looking handsome, like everything, right? And then I felt really sorry with him, okay, because the size was like my pinky, like my small pinky, which is surprising size, right? And I remember that encounter. I remember that moment when I saw the smallest. So that's the thing. When it comes to the biggest, the biggest is up to the knee, okay, and that biggest I can tell you also the story. So Julia was studying medicine, and when you become a doctor, you have this practice lessons in prosectorium when there are dead people, when there is a smell of the formaldehyde. They've been put in this solution, okay, and then we come with with knives and we're cutting them, okay, we're cutting them and removing layer by layer, just understanding of how the body is built, structured, how the layers are attached to each other. So that was 2 hours every day, okay. And once we went to that prosectorium, the whole group, professors, and I wandered away, and there were people, usually these people are homeless, and most of the time something happened with them. And so there was a guy who had a burned front, and he was lying on his front, and the big intestine was lying next to him, okay. And I just thought, what is this intestine is? And I just took my knife, scalpel, and I lifted up, I'll show you. I lifted up and I said, Professor, can you can you tell me what that is? That was the biggest size. And he was shocked that I did it, you know. He was shocked in general from me, but like I did it. And only then, when everyone looked and he didn't mention anything, you know, and he was like, give me that look, like what I do, I got embarrassed. I realized that that was the biggest size I've seen. Okay, so it's not in a photo shoot, I would say, but like I say, in a photo shoot, models they have big or huge sizes. Okay, and that is something what is normal. Okay, so what I've seen, believe me. Have you ever joined in? That is such a lovely question. Every time when I speak about erotic photo shoots, only men are asking me this question, and the answer is no. Okay, the answer is no. But I've been asked so many times. Okay, so many times. So before I had a partner, okay, and I was committed in a relationship, okay, so I was doing it, you know, as a family member, okay, and like I say, I'm old-fashioned, you know. I never have, you see, when you are creating erotic photo shoot, okay, and like I say, it is very similar like doing a wedding. There is no second chance, really, okay. People usually traveling to London, staying in a hotel, or you know, arranging the trips and so on, right? Preparing for it, buying, bringing the luggages and so on. It's not something that I could just, you know, I don't care, I just undress and I'll just be with them. No, I prepare, okay? The studio is prepared, the lights are checked, prepared, okay? The outfits, everything checked, the makeovers are done, okay? The settings, you know, set up, everything is done. Okay, and Julie is shooting with 2 cameras, sorting out 5 lights, okay, yeah, and then posing and directing, and I am busy creating stuff, okay, because if I'm not gonna create, and this is not a cheap experience, okay, if I'm not gonna make enough and I'm not gonna surprise them, okay, I will not get my check. Okay, so I don't think about how to take my pants off and join, you know. I'm thinking about getting a check and getting a bonus, okay, and create a content that they've never seen before. And I am always, when I'm shooting, I am always striving to surprise myself, okay, to get even better content. So that's the thing. So I'm literally very focused. But when it comes to men, okay, when it comes to men, you know, adult business being created by men. I already talked about this many times. Men do join. Men do not only join, they rape their clients. Okay, by this day, you know, by this day. I mean, like, it's not that much often, but I still have, you know, models coming and saying that they run away from the photographer because he was trying to do something more than a photo shoot. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, professionally it's not allowed, okay, because in a photographer's job description there is nowhere that you can go and take your pants on written and then write a client. There is nowhere in the job description. It's just in the men's fantasy, and women never asked this question in 20 years. Can you imagine? Only men. So I'm loving to answer this question, and before I was just really annoyed with people who were answering, but here we go. Okay, you look like Scarlett Johansson. Oh, thank you. What you do is not art. It promotes corn. Okay, that is a very interesting thing. Okay, because that's how to say, that's a very fine edge, some people think, right? And from the other side, when you are not aware of it, you even have no idea. Okay, is it art or is it corn? Okay, but I can tell you one thing. Corn is created to make these people who participate, right, famous, rich, right, yeah, to make money. Okay, that's why they're making it. Okay, when they're making it in general, if you would be in the studio, you would see the difference. Okay, difference in energy, difference in performance, difference in general, how I feel. The people who are creating photo shoot with their loved one, and really pushing their boundaries, letting go, experimenting with their body, sexuality, okay, just going into fantasy, they create a certain atmosphere that the air changes, smell changes, right? The thickness of the air. It becomes so hot in the studio that I can't even breathe. It happened to me that it was so hot I could not breathe in the studio. So it's just like, seriously. So there are different people and they have a different energy charge. Okay? When I'm shooting corn, I'm getting bored. That's how I feel. You know? And tired. That's how it feels when I'm shooting corn. So when people are commenting that there is no reason, they don't know. They have no clue. They do not understand why the sexual energy is given to the human, to update, to rejuvenate, to renovate your body. Okay? They don't know, right? Because society, you see, it blocked us from understanding about sexuality, from going deeper into it, from connecting with yourself and connecting with other person, experimenting and actually building that intimacy. Because relationship is not about being friends. You know, relationship is not about having a brother or a sister in the next room. Relationship, when you feel attraction, when you sit and have breakfast and maybe eating eggs, right? But it stimulates you. It vibrates you. Your organs work in a different way. Your hormones work in a different way. Your blood circulates in a different way. Your brain is working in a different way. You see the way it's different, the life, when you are feeling that energy with someone, okay? Life changes the colors. You see the couple who are in love. They see the sky bluer, okay? And you see people who just doing and depressed and living because, you know, yeah, and suffering and creating that toxic environment. And then they get ill and then they die quickly, or they get, you know, so on and so on, right? So all the illness in human body is because, you see, lymphatic system doesn't have a motor, okay? Your blood has a motor here, okay? Lymphatic system doesn't. You have to do those things to actually start your lymphatic system going, and it's a cleaning of your body. That's exactly the movement. You check and see yoga, face yoga situations. Have you seen face yoga? I will show you. Where is this? Let me give you and show you the example. I have this lid, okay? Have you seen facial yoga situation? Have you seen those? And they're putting stuff in their mouth and then they're doing those things, okay? Have you seen this fitness? Gym situations, what kind of the workouts for their core or something, it's all mimicking intimacy and sexual activity that people do not have in the real life. So they created this dancing, they created this yoga, they created this fitness, they've created this gym to compensate the intimacy that they've been put away from. Because what? It is risky, it is dirty, it is not allowed, it is not what? It's not approved what? Seriously. And when adults talking about intimacy, and every intimacy is just a corn, they don't know. And that's good. It's good that they see my channel. And what it comes when it takes to art, you see, art does not expire, okay? Because art preserves an energy, okay? And people who work with art, they know how to do it. They know how to put that energy into their piece. And when you will be looking to that art, it will make you feel something. That's why it's been created, you know? So that's why. But thank you for this question. It was lovely. This is an artwork. You should come to my exhibition. You kind of art has no place in the art gallery. Oh, I love this. You watch me. You watch me because Julie is preparing to exhibit around the world. And you know, in the countries that my art gallery will be open, there will be more children born in that year. Okay, that's why I'm making it. Right, okay, I like this conversations like that. Okay, shopping wet, what is this precisely? Okay, I'm about to finish. Moisture, aqueous, dampness. So yes, that's all present when you create intimate sexual photo shoot. And I create photo shoot without limitation. That is why it's allowed, and that is why it's okay to talk about it, and that is why we are adults to discuss, okay, the things. Okay, all higher energy. Yes, sexual energy is very precious. It's the highest resource that humans are not using it the right way at the moment, right? And you know, everywhere, they're saying sexual energy is the money energy. Yes or no? Okay, I had to do something on TikTok. So yes, let me just confirm. The sexual energy is the money energy. It's your relationship energy. It's your health energy. Okay, and it's your confidence. Okay, and that's why you're needing present, active in the best way possible. Okay, thank you so much. Powerful knowledge, lovely, lovely. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me here today. I was discussing an email from the guy about the photo shoot, and he asked a lot of questions. Okay, what is this? Already finished? YouTube is just finished my life. It's already done. Okay, so I'm finishing here then. Thank you for staying. Thank you for being. Okay, last message. It shows me that the message is here, but I cannot see it, unfortunately. To those who have messages not answered, if there will be something really important, interesting, I would look into and I will reply. Usually that I do. Okay, or I will make another live and go live and then reply those questions. To the others who trying to send me something, I do not see all the especially when you're sending a lot of messages and this is chit chat, it usually shows me the first one and the last one, you know, so I do not see this. This is how the screen here works on TikTok. But thank you so much for being here today, tonight, right? It was nice seeing you. Love you, kiss you, mean it. Bye.